It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by Agile Dad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for our Agile, Not So Agile episode of the Daily Stand Up Podcast. And today, I wanted to focus my attention on inspiration. It's one of my favorite topics. It's a super cool topic, and I love that I have the opportunity to share this with you. So let's run with it and let's see where it takes us. So I want to start with a story, as always, a story about a journey, and it's a journey of exploring inspiration. So by definition, inspiration should be the lifeblood of our creativity and motivation. So with that in mind, have you ever paused to marvel at the early morning sun, casting golden hues, or the heartfelt laughter of a child? Life, with its myriad of experiences, offers us an abundant source of inspiration every single day. Oftentimes, we search for inspiration in grand moments like huge achievements or grand gestures or larger than life characters. But true inspiration, where does it come from? It often lies in life's quiet whispers. And I think sometimes when we get away from the noise and we get away from all the outside, that's when we discover where inspiration really comes from. So, take for instance, here's a story. It's a story of Jane. So, Jane was a writer. She was battling a creative block. She found her muse in a delicate flower blooming amidst the concrete jungle of her inner city apartment. That tiny flower, thriving against all odds, inspired her to pen a best selling novel. Sometimes inspiration doesn't shout, it simply gently nudges. When you consider everything that's going on in our busy day to day lives and all the stress and all the fractures and all the things that are happening, each day is filled with unsung heroes and moments that go unnoticed. An elderly neighbor who greets everyone with a smile despite what's going on in his life. Well, I can tell you now, there's a guy near my home in Utah. There's a guy who runs every single day. He goes out jogging and running. And every morning when you see him, he has this giant smile and he waves to you every single time. Every car that passes, he waves to every single person he comes in contact with. If only I could be filled with that level of joy when I reach his age. What about the barista who crafts your drink to perfection and just goes the extra mile to make sure that you are the star that morning? Or the ever determined ant climbing your window pane with a simple breadcrumb, trying to bring it back to its mound for the rest of the ants to feast on, right? I think the smaller the detail is, the greater the appreciation should be. But why does this inspiration matter? Well, this is what fuels our drive. This is what fuels our passion. It helps us push beyond the boundaries, think outside the box, and maintain resilience in any of the challenges we face every day, any of those life challenges, anything that's happening in our lives. The resiliency, the things that we fight past, the inspiration is what gets us there. So that begs the question, how can we tune our senses to detect this everyday inspiration that happens all around us? It all starts with mindfulness, right? It's about being in the present. Instead of waiting for inspiration to knock, we can actively seek it and look for it. To start, you have to cultivate a culture or habit of observing, whether it's journaling what you see, using photography with a cell phone, or merely just taking a moment to breathe. Allowing yourself to be in the moment can open doors to countless other inspirations. Another beautiful way, engage with people, exchange stories. Every individual that I've ever come in contact with is a treasure trove of experiences, perspectives, and ideas that are waiting to be explored. And people love to talk about what they feel and what they have and what's going on in their lives. And I guess the last principle is to embrace challenges. Remember, even in adversity, there's inspiration to be found. As the saying goes, stars can't shine without darkness. If there were no darkness, you wouldn't even see the stars. So it's important for us to realize that even in our darkest moments, that we can shine, that we can be inspired, that we can move forward, that we can govern. And I think that if we lay our hope and our inspiration in these things, that's going to help us engage better. So my challenge to you, I encourage you to look around. Look around each day. Find joy in the mundane. See the extraordinary in the ordinary. And let the things of the world inspire you. Be moved by the things and the people around you. Look for those tender moments. Look for the small mercies. Look out for people that you care about and look out for people that you don't care about. Look out for your neighbors. Try to engage with people in a way that uplifts you and inspires you to do better, be better, and live a better life. If you do these things, you're going to find that inspiration comes much more easily for you, and it's going to get you past whatever blockages you might have in your life. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a great weekend. So until next week, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Do take care.